So it's no secret that we've been on a bit of a tighter budget since we got here to Australia.
Can you give me the money info for March 17th?
Like how much we spent?
Yep.
Oh. We got budget problems.
So we've been saving by, you know, staying in hostels and going to our favorite grocery stores, aka Aldi's, and cooking at home.
God, we live a classy life.
But as you can see, we've been upgraded to a very nice Airbnb that we are sharing with the parents.
Oh yeah, my parents came in, they made it. Hey, do you guys want to yell from the other room? There they are. There they are. So Sydney, Australia, the city that we're in right now, is considered by this news article to be the second most expensive city in the world. I know, the Daily Mail, maybe not the most journalistically integrative place that one could get news from, but I think their numbers are pretty spot on. So we're gonna go out there and we're gonna show you all the coolest free things to do, as well as a bunch of other ways you can save money when you come to Australia. So we might as well start with the biggest part of the budget first, which is accommodation. So the very cheapest that you'll be able to stay in Sydney is at a hostel, and it'll be a shared bunk bed. You can get one of those right now for about $35 to $40 US per night. Moving up from that, for a budget hotel for the two of us that's like, you know, not fancy, but not bad, is like $60 to $70 US a night. Now that there's four of us traveling, we can split an Airbnb, which is much, much easier. So we're paying about $120 US for the four of us, so about $60 per night, but we get this whole cool private apartment all to ourselves. So bam, $60 gone just like that every single day out of our $100 budget that Lisa and I have right now. So it doesn't leave a lot of room. Now there's not a lot of ways to really reduce the cost here of this accommodation. It just, like any big city, it just costs what it costs, you know? But there is one way, and that's the way that we used right away when we first got here, is we used points. And this allowed us to stay for 4 nights for free. It saved us about $600 over 4 days, and it let us stay in a place like that. So if you want to learn how to do that too, you can check out our Skillshare course. The link is in the description down below.
One of the obvious and most bestest, what is that a word, free thing to do here in Sydney is walk around. The city is so scenic and beautiful. There's so much beautiful architecture and water, and it's so colorful. We're walking through Darling Harbour right now. It's a great and beautiful place to just be.
Just look at this place. Look at it. So these guys just got in 24 hours ago. How's the jet lag going?
Well, this part of your video could be called The Day of the Walking Dead.
They zombies today. Next up is number 2, the stuff to do budget. And there are lots of absolutely amazing museums, things to see, places to go here. And a lot of them do have pretty hefty fees on them, but there's plenty to do here that's free too. You definitely won't get bored. So we're obviously saving money in this category by, you know, spending $0 on the things to do here. That might not be what you want to do or how you want to allocate your money, but I think more of the money saving tip here in Sydney is that there is so much awesome free stuff to do here everywhere. The only downside of all these great things to do here is that most of them would fall into that much maligned category of touristy.
Also, there's so many beautiful and scenic places to just sit down and enjoy the view, like here.
I don't believe this city. It's massive.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's horrible. No, it's amazing. Speaking of great free things to do here, we just stumbled across this free art exhibition that also has a free water fill-up right next to it. Sydney's pretty great.
We circled all of all of the touristy spots that we want to go visit here in Sydney. And I know, touristy somewhere along the line got a bad rep. But I gotta say, touristy is not a bad thing. I mean, who doesn't want to see the Sydney Opera House or the Botanical Gardens or the Harbour Bridge? I mean, it's the way that I get excited about seeing a city. I know when you think of touristy, you think of people with selfie sticks, travel bloggers, am I right?
But first,
I get to see the things that I saw in pictures and encyclopedias. Do people still use encyclopedias? For a lot of people, touristy is bad. It's not a thing that you should go do. Sometimes we even say it, but things are touristy for a reason. We're saying it right now, right here, right now, I'm saying it. Touristy does not equal bad. Jokes aside, I am appreciative of this exhibition and it being open to the public to teach and educate about the history of the land and the traditional owners of this land, or the Gadigal people. It's a beautiful, beautiful country and a beautiful, beautiful part of Australia, and we're so lucky to be here. It's hard to imagine what this area would have looked like hundreds of years ago with all the sky rises and the walkways, which are all beautiful and stunning. This exhibit makes me realize and appreciate, wow, how beautiful this land always has been.
okay, so next up, number 3, food and drink. And there's a lot to say on this subject when it comes to trying to save money, especially here in Sydney. But first, this is a part of the video where we gotta ask you to subscribe. So, you know, please do that. That's cool, we'll wait. Awesome, thanks.
We've been here 5 or 6 days already, and every time I see the Sydney Opera House, I'm still in awe. It's so beautiful. See, this is why tourist destinations exist. So what are we trying to figure out?
So the restaurant is just a bit too expensive, so we're gonna go to this takeaway restaurant even though it's raining to try to save a couple bucks. It's called Sydney Pork Rolls. It looks awesome, it's well reviewed, and we can get a sandwich for like $8.50, $7. I don't know. It looks great. And then we're just gonna go down to the park and eat it there. It's a good way to save about 10 bucks.
We got banh mi for about $5 per person, and we're gonna go find a park and sit and eat.
So that was $28 Australian for those 4 sandwiches for us. Now, had we gone into that restaurant right next door, we would have probably spent about $20 each, so $80 Australian, and we would have blown most, if not all, of our budget in just that one meal.
Yeah, so we're under $10,000 left in our budget and still have 3 months to go. So it feels like we're in a little bit of a time crunch and budget crunch, but we still really want to see Sydney. Luckily, there's a lot to do around here for free, like walking to this beautiful Hyde Park and the Anzac Memorial.
The meat has a really good mild flavor. It has a real soft texture.
A good quality bun.
The bun is wonderful, and I love all the crunchy vegetables.
So just about the only time that you're gonna find any like kind of good deals on beer, wine, food here in Sydney is during happy hour, from 4 to 6 p.m., sometimes 4 to 7 p.m. During these happy hour times, you'll be able to find schooners, which is just a little bit smaller than the pint that you're used to, for about $5 to $6, and then pints usually for like $8 in most places in Sydney that aren't directly on the water. So what do you guys think so far?
Awesome.
This is amazing. It's so beautiful here.
Amazing. Free botanical garden.
This is just beautiful. I don't know where to look and what picture to take next.
What do you guys think of Sydney overall?
I love Sydney.
I love the feel of the city. Architecture, the gardens.
Walkability.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but you get so
something,
much for
you get
that.
something for your money. And the public transportation here is amazing.
All right, we're gonna see if this wishing tree works here. Apparently you gotta walk 3 times around in one direction and 3 times around in the other direction, but you can't tell anyone what your wish is.
Bye.
You know what yours is already?
Yes.
I don't know yet.
We're walking through the Royal Botanical Gardens here in Sydney, and it is stunning. It's completely free, and it's right next to the Central Business District, and there are amazing flowers, plants, trees, but also views of the cityscape. I love Sydney. It's beautiful. What? And there are views of the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. I seem to have lost the fam bam because I'm too busy taking pictures all the time, and I have the shortest pineapple Legos. There they are.
I've never been to a big city that I like better than this.
Wow, high praise from a city inspector.
It is. I don't know of any city in the United States that's quite like this one.
The only thing you can't figure out about this city is that you gotta walk on the left side. Keeps running into people.
Wow, it's so cool. The Sydney Opera House, I gotta say, has been one of those places where I never thought I would see in person ever. Always just in pictures, encyclopedias. It's so beautiful. It's like one of those iconic things that you just can't miss. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're here.
Australia stands with Ukraine! Australia stands with Ukraine! Australia stands with
Number 4, transportation. Number 4, transportation. Even though walking is super free and super fun, when it starts raining, you know, the tram, the bus, the ferry, so many good options. The tram here runs all throughout Sydney, and it's about $2, and you tap on and off with a card. You can also take the bus to a lot of the suburbs of Sydney, and you can take the ferry. The ferry's a little bit more expensive, but gets you a lot of places. There's so many options. Easy peasy. There are ride-sharing apps like Uber and Didi here, but honestly, with how good the public transportation is here, why would you? And it's so affordable. Cheap!
So with groceries, it's a little bit of a different experience than you have at the restaurants. It's not insanely expensive. Now we're at the eponymous place everywhere throughout Sydney, Woolworths, or as I call it here, Woolies. Just for example, this little thing of peas is $7.50. Fruit is generally a great deal anywhere that you go. I mean, those pears for $2.50 a kilo is 2.2 pounds, so yeah, it's a pretty good deal. But the place that we do most of our shopping is usually in the corner of the store, usually in a small little refrigerated area like this that has the quick sales. This is stuff that's just about to expire and is usually 50% off or sometimes even better. We just kind of take whatever is here and buy it and turn it into a meal. And then, of course, the most important part of any diet when you're backpacking and you need to save some money, the cup noodle. So yeah, it's been all grocery stores for us the whole time we've been here, because without it, we would have blown through our budget.
Who wants a hot dog with the skin on?
Is that red?
Do hot dogs have skin?
Find anything else good?
That's all we needed because we went shopping earlier today at Aldi's where the prices are better.
Only $86 today. That is pretty good for a day for 2 people in Sydney, Australia. We haven't been doing that well in other days for sure. We've been spending on average maybe like $140 to $150, but most of the big expense was driving. Driving that giant camper van that was just guzzling gas every single day. Yeah. I don't miss that camper van at all, and it seems like none of you guys do either. Alright, that is it for this video today. I really hope this was useful for you. If you have any other questions, just throw them down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Find a way to say bah. What is bah?
What was the first one in the article?
I didn't read it.
Journalism.
Yeah. Hold on. No, you gotta come back.
We're walking through Darling. Hi.
Let's see how spicy this is. It looks spicy.
Come on now. It's a hot dog.
Definitely a great place.
You lift. You lift.
See how
right,
like your
lift.
leg is a little bit
You lift.
longer in
You lift.
extension than mine?
Every time that you hop on, you can use your credit card, just tap on and tap off, same as with the tram. But it's a nice, cheap way to get pretty far.
Hey, we're trying to work over here.
What?
Take two.
That was scary.
Hi, kitty. What do you got to tell us? So many things to say.